Rama Hare Krishna. Welcome all for the Sunday Feast program. And today is very auspicious day, Govardhan Puja day. And in this auspicious day, I would like to welcome everybody and have a wonderful Diwali and Govardhan festival puja for today. And today we are very fortunate to hear from one of our senior most congregation in the society, and who is none other than Her Grace Vrajbhakti Mataji. So Vrajabhakti Mataji and Naveen Krishna Prabhu, both family, they were here for a long time, and their mentor and one of the senior members of this community, and they were involved in every kind of services in the temple, and they are really an inspiration for many people here. So it is very fortunate for us to hear from Mother Vrajbhakti today. So we'll welcome her, and she'll be discussing about the Govardhan Leela pastimes. So Hare Krishna Mataji, please take over from here.
Yeah, they were moving from temple room to upstairs.
Oh, okay.
On the way. They just completed the bhajans, now going upstairs.
Okay, bro. And devotees, again, wish you all very wonderful Govardhan festival today. And today we'll have a ecstatic Govardhan Darshan made of sweets, and it will be available anytime from now. And those who are going to temple for pick up prasadam, we can always take darshan. And a kind request, because of the CDC guidelines on the COVID issues, so we would encourage not to congregate inside the temple much. So whoever's going for prasadam pickup, please go and pick it up and then come back immediately and take a quick darshan of the Govardhan hill today. So I hear there's a big hill being made here, and it's almost ready, and it's ready for the darshan today. And this week is another ecstatic week. We have another one of the biggest festival in ISKCON, which is the Prabhupada's Disappearance Day, which is also a celebration, and which will be observed in coming Wednesday. So please stay tuned for the emails and the information on that. And yeah, I see Vrajbhakti Mataji here ready. So Hare Krishna Mataji, please take over.
Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Rangana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Rangana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Rangana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Natabara Radha Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Hare Krishna. So I seek blessings of all the senior Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis on the call, on the Zoom call, to give your blessings and bless me so that I can just repeat the words of my spiritual master on this particular pastime of Sri Krishna. So today is Govardhan Puja, the day Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill. So we will start with the conversation and between Nanda Maharaj and Krishna a little bit, and then we'll go from there. So first of all, before we go there, we'll try to describe a little bit of the pastime of the Brahman Patnis and Brahman, where Krishna and Balaram. So one day Krishna and Balaram, they went little far from where they are, like little far from the forest that they usually go, but they went little far. So all of a sudden they felt very hungry, very, very hungry. So the cowherd boys asked Krishna, "Oh Krishna, you killed many demons, you smashed many shastras, and you established everything. So why don't you kill our hunger too? It's easy for you to kill our hunger. Just kill our hunger. You killed many demons. It's not very difficult for you to kill our hunger." And then they looked at Balaram and they said, "You are the strongest of all. Your name is Balaram. So you can pick up something and put something in our stomach, so our hunger can be gone. So why you guys are not doing anything? Do something so our hunger is gone." So then Krishna said, "Okay, we'll do something." So near to this place where we are now, there is some yajna going on. So in that yajna, Brahmins are doing a lot of sacrifices. Go there and ask for bhat, he said. Bhat means in our language here, khichdi, kind of, place. So, because if you ask for sweets and things, people may not share, but khichdi they will give anyways. So he said, just go ask for khichdi, don't ask for sweets or anything, just go ask for khichdi. So the Gopa boys went to the Brahmins, and they offered very respectfully, they offered obeisances to all the Brahmins. They praised their glories. And they said, "Look, with the Brahmins, Krishna and Balaram here, they're very hungry, so they want to eat something. Can you please give us some food?" So the Brahmins, even though they heard Krishna, Balaram are there, they heard from Gopa boys, they really did not pay much attention. So they just kept doing their sacrifice. So they tried to tell them different things, but they really did not pay any attention. So finally, the Gopa boys are a little discouraged, and then they went back to Krishna and Balaram, and they said, "Sorry, Krishna, so they didn't give us any food, so what to do now? So we were going to die with starvation." And Krishna said, no, we'll have another plan. So this time you go, and you don't ask the Brahmins, you ask the Brahman Patnis directly. You ask them directly, don't even tell Brahmins anything. So they went to the Brahman Patnis, and they said, "Krishna and Balaram are here, and they're really, really hungry." So as soon as they heard Krishna and Balaram are hungry, immediately whatever is there, they packed so many things, they did, took everything, and they just left to feed Krishna. And they went and they gave everything to Krishna. We don't want to go deeper into that pastime between the conversation stuff between them and Brahman Patnis. But so why I'm telling this pastime is, so after this thing happened, Krishna and Balaram, they're walking by, and then they saw Nanda Maharaj and many cowherd boys are sitting and they're having a serious conversation. So they are like, what is happening? They have these big gopas sitting and they're having serious conversation. All these Matajis, they dress nicely and they're running around. So many people are carrying so many things. What is going on? So let's go find out. So Krishna went to Nanda Maharaj, and then he respectfully offered his obeisances to his father. And he said, "Oh father, so see, basically Krishna is Abhigna, right? The first verse of Bhagavatam opens with Janmadhyasya. So Krishna is Abhigna. Krishna knows everything, either directly or indirectly, he knows everything, but he just wanted to have some fun maybe. So he went to Nanda Maharaj and he said, okay, so what is going on? Everybody is so busy, everybody dressed nicely. I see so many foodstuffs, so many decorations around Vrindavan. What is going on? So when Krishna inquired like that to Nanda Maharaj, some of the Gopas, they are like, Krishna, you are not even 7-year-old, just go play. It's nothing to do with you. Just it's not your business, just go play. And some Gopas said, no, let him ask, let him inquire, because after all, he is Nanda Maharaj's, what do you call, like next, he's the one who is going to take the responsibility. So,
Heir.
yeah.
Prince.
So he's going to take the responsibility. So whatever he observes now, that's what he has to do tomorrow. So he has to do Indra Yajna also tomorrow. So he needs to know better. He knows the details now. So and he said, yes, I have to know the details. And because I'm the family member, you cannot keep secrets with me, Nanda Baba. You need to share with me. But nobody knows that Krishna actually went not to continue the Yajna, but just to break it forever, that end the Yajna, just to stop it. So then Nanda Maharaj said, okay, Krishna, so we'll tell you what is going on. So, and another thing that Krishna asked in one of the shlokas, it says, is this a tradition, or is it something that society wants you to do, or is it something that Vedas tells you to do it? Is it some custom that you are following? So Nanda Maharaj said, yes, it's a tradition. My ancestors did, my father did, my ancestors did. So we're all doing it. So we're trying to follow the tradition. So whatever they did, we are doing. And he said, oh, why you are doing this? What is the reason behind this yajna? May I know, please? And then Nanda Maharaj says, oh, Krishna, we are Vaishyas, and we take care of the cows. And we survive on cows. We sell milk products and things. So we survive on cows. So cows needs nice grass. So grass, where is the grass comes from? Once the rain comes, the rain, creates a lot of grass. It just nourishes the field, and then a lot of grass comes. The cows can eat that grass and gives the milk. And that's how we nourish ourselves. So then Maharaj, and then Krishna asks, oh, so, and then he said, Nanda Maharaj says, so that rain, where is the rain coming from? Indra is responsible for this rain. He is the god. He is the Parjana. He is the god of rain. He is the one giving everything. And then Krishna is innocently asks the next question. Oh, Indra is the supreme of everything. Huh? So Indra is the responsibility for everything, and Indra is doing everything. Indra is giving everything. So, and then he says, okay, so then how do you celebrate this? And then Nanda Maharaj says, we cook the foodstuffs with whatever Indra gives. Like, see, the sentence is very nice. We cook all the foodstuffs that whatever Indra gives, because Indra gives rain is grass, rain gives grass, and grass, the cows eats that grass, and the milk products comes, and the grains comes, rice, wheat, everything comes because of the rain. So we cook all this big bhoga, because it's all given by Indra. It's all controlled by Indra. He's the supreme Indra. And then Krishna is listening. Krishna is thinking, I have to establish so many things. In my own home itself, they don't know I am here. Right? In my own home itself, I have to tell them Indra is not the one who is doing everything. But anyway, he listens to it. He's like, oh, Indra gives everything. Okay, so Indra is the controller of everything. But see, the thing is, Krishna is asking all these things because he already decided to do the pastime. Right? He already decided to do the Leela. He already decided. The decision is made. The boss has made the decision to kill the pride of Indra. So somehow or the other, he has to start somewhere. So he started the discussion here. So then he said, oh, so Indra gives the rain. So Indra gives rain only to you, or he gives to everybody. And then Nanda Maharaj says, Indra gives rain to everybody. And then Krishna asks one more question. He said, so what if I don't want to do the yajna? What if we don't do yajna? Like, when we ask something, we ask pros and cons. What is the pro and what is the cons? What if you cannot do it? And Nanda Maharaj says, why that is even a question of not doing it? Why are you asking that question of not doing it? There is no question of not doing it. And then Krishna says, see, anything that we do, we need to know the reason behind it, and we need to know what will happen if we don't do it. There should be a logic and there should be a reason. So I wanted to know everything, the logic and the reasoning and everything I wanted to know. So tell me, Baba, what happens if we don't do it? And then Nanda Maharaj says, if we don't do it, there will be a lot of inauspicious things will happen in life. And then Indra gets mad. So he may give all kinds of inauspicious things for us. So then Krishna says, so Indra gives rain only to you or to everybody? And then he says, Nanda Baba says, he gives rain to everybody. And he says, so even if you don't need it, he will give you. And Nanda Baba says, what is that question? And then Krishna says, see, take the ocean, take the rivers. They don't need water. So you see, this Indra is a mad god that he is giving rain there also. They don't need rain. So he should be giving, if he is that of a controller, he should be giving the rain only to you, or only to the places where they need. Why he is sending the rain to everywhere? When the oceans and the rain, the rivers, everywhere. What kind of a God you are representing? In what kind of a God you are trying to worship? And Nanda Maharaj says, Krishna, don't ask these kind of questions, but we have to worship Indra. And then Krishna says, look, Baba, I have something to say. And then he says, see, we are all depending on the cows. That is true. But where the cows are getting grass, they are getting grass from Govardhan. Where are we getting sweet nectarine water? From Govardhan. Where our cows are grazing? On Govardhan. Where we are getting a lot of jewels and everything? From Govardhan. Where all the cowherd boys are playing? On Govardhan. So if you think Govardhan is providing everything, so you have to worship Govardhan, not Indra. Why are you worried about that cause that is, that you don't even see? And he asks, did ever Indra came here and ate the offerings that you did before? And then Nanda Maharaj has no answer. He did. He never came into his house, Indra, and ate prasadam from Nanda Maharaj's, house. So then somehow Krishna convinces, saying that, see, we have to do our duty, and the results comes according to our karma. Whatever activity we do, whatever karma we do, the results comes according to our karma. Who is this Indra? Indra has nothing to do with it. So, and then somehow he convinces them to worship Govardhan. So then they all go, and then they say, what we have to do now? And he says, whatever you cooked, whatever you prepared, whatever decorations, whatever is there, let's take all of them to Govardhan. And then we worship Govardhan. So who is this Govardhan? Right? Who is this Govardhan? So Govardhan, we'll get to the little pastime, we'll take a little deviation to know who is Govardhan, and we'll come back to Govardhan. So Govardhan is son of Dronachala. Right? One day Pulastya Muni, he goes to King Dronachala, and then he asks, he sees Govardhan with, two so nice, beautiful trees, plants, jewels, caves, and wonderful lakes and waterfalls, and he gets so mesmerized by looking at Govardhan here. And then he asks Dronachala, where I am meditating in Kashi, there is nothing like this. So I wanted to take your son Dronachala with me to Kashi, so I can do my meditation. And then Dronachala gets bewildered. How can I give him away? I cannot give my son away. So, but King Govardhan comes to his father and says, Father, don't worry, just accept it. Because if you don't accept it, is also a problem, because they're such powerful Brahmins, and they can, they can curse, and the curse will become true. Not like these days, if I took Brahman Diksha and then I'm like, and nothing will happen. If I curse somebody, nothing will happen also. Even though I'm Brahman initiated, Brahman Diksha, there's nothing to do with it. We are not that powerful. We don't know anything. We just namesake Brahman Diksha, namesake Brahmin these days. Everybody is a Shudra in Kali Yuga. So, but those days, the Brahmins are very powerful. So Dronachala agrees, but Govardhan says to Pulastya Muni, I have one condition. On that condition, I'll come. And then Pulastya Muni says, what is it? He says, first of all, how are you going to carry me? I'm so big and I'm so huge. How are you going to take me to Kashi? And then Pulasthya Muni looks at him and he's like, you underestimated me, you know. I can, with my mystic power, I can carry you to anywhere. So I'll carry you with my mystic power. Govardhan says, okay. Then there is another condition, he says. And he says, wherever you put me down, once you lift me, wherever you put me down, that's it. I'm not going to move from that position and from that place. And then Pulasthya Muni says, I am not going to stop anywhere. My destination point is Kashi, and I'm going to go there. Straight flight from here to Kashi. No connecting flights in between. Straight flight. So he says, okay. And then he picks up Govardhan, and then he starts going towards Kashi. So when they were passing through Vrindavan, Govardhan sees Vrindavan, the land of his master. He says, oh, my master is going to come soon, and I have to help him in performing his pastimes. I have to serve him. So he says, and then he prays. And then immediately at that moment, what happens? Pulasthya Muni gets such an urgency to respond to the nature's call. He could not control with all his mystic powers and anything. So what he does, he puts Govardhan down. And then he goes to Yamuna, he finishes all his nature's calls and everything, and he comes back and he tries to lift Govardhan. And then Govardhan doesn't move. And then Pulasthya Muni is like, Govardhan, let's go. Time to go. And Govardhan doesn't move. Pulasthya Muni says, I'm ordering you, let's go. And Govardhan says, my dear sage, you remember the condition before we took off the flight? The condition is wherever you put me down, that's it. There is no more connecting flights. This is the destination. And then Pulasthya Muni gets so mad. He gets so mad and he says, how dare you don't follow my instructions? So I curse you on this day that you reduce by a mustard seed every single day. And then Govardhan is a pure devotee of the Lord. He's himself Krishna. So he says he accepts the curse and he thinks, okay, when my Lord comes, I am like Govardhan's peak is in the cloud, not just anywhere. You couldn't see the peak of Govardhan during that time. So Govardhan thought, when my Lord comes, he will be having difficulty to go up there and do the Leela. So it's nice if I reduce every day by mustard seed. By the time my Lord comes, I'm ready with proper height and width and everything. So my Lord can have fun. So he accepts the curse happily, and then Pulasthya Muni leaves. So that's how Govardhan came to Vrindavan. So now coming back to Krishna. So now he says, take everything. Let's go to Vrindavan, Govardhan, and worship Govardhan. So they take all the preparations, all the decorations, all the cows, everybody in Vrindavan, not just one single person, every single living entity, cows, calves, buffaloes, whatever is there. Everybody, the ladies are in the bullock carts, men were walking, and they took all the preparations that they made and they went to Govardhan. With the Brahmins' help, they started worshipping Govardhan with Veda mantras and everything. So in the middle of the, almost at the end of the worshipping Govardhan hill, and then Govardhan starts speaking. Krishna himself manifests as Govardhan. There is one Krishna here standing, and there is another huge Krishna there in the form of a mountain. He starts speaking. He says, I'm very pleased with your devotion. I'm very pleased with all of your offerings. So, and then he starts eating. His hands extend wherever the prasad bhoga is. His hands extend to even sometimes to underground. So that far the hands extend, and then he started having everything, all the bhoga. It's not like that we offer in our temples or at our home in a small katori, 2 potato pieces, and then another small katori, little bit dal and little bit rice, 1 puri. They did not offer like that to Govardhan. It's mountains of rice, rivers of lakes and lakes of sweet rice. It's like abundant food. So many offerings, not like pakodas, the halwa. Prabhupada describes, I don't even know some of the names of those preparations. So many preparations, hundreds and hundreds of preparations. So Govardhan he honors everything, he eats everything. And then what does he say? Aniyor. I want more. And then villagers are like, where do we get? We finished every single grain in the village. There is nothing to offer you anymore. And they are going like, what to do? Krishna, he wants more. And then the Brahmins who are there, and they say, don't worry. You just take one tulsi leaf and offer that with love and devotion to Krishna, to Govardhan, and he will be happy. So then they take tulsi leaf and then they offer it to Govardhan, and Govardhan he's satisfied. And then he says, I'm very pleased. And then what he does, again, he gives all the prasadam back. That becomes prasadam. He ate bhoga and then he gives back as prasadam. And then he says, feed the Brahmins first and then distribute it to everyone. So the Brahmins had sumptuous prasadam and then they distributed to everyone, monkeys, dogs, cats, calves, cows, everything. So they distributed to everyone. They had such nice fun. They had such happiness in everybody's faces. So they had so much. Everybody had so much. And then Krishna Balaram, they said, now let's circumambulate Govardhan. Let's go around Govardhan and worship him. And then they started singing the glories of Krishna. They started singing glories of Balaram and Krishna, glories of Govardhan. And then they started going around Govardhan. So everybody is happy. Every single animal is happy. Everybody is happy except one person. That is Indra. So before we go into the Indra pastime, one thing we need to understand is when we hear this pastime about Indra, we think Indra is so bad, Indra is like this, Indra is like that. But see, Krishna, when he wants to teach something to the world or to his devotees, he chooses his pure devotees. He chooses his sincere and serious devotees. If Krishna chooses you and me to teach lesson, we leave Krishna only. Forget about being in the pastime and do anything. We leave Krishna only. We say, Krishna, you have fun. I'm done with you. You're good. I'm good. Just leave me alone. That's what we're going to say to Krishna. But all these servants of Krishna, Indra is such a wonderful devotee. So, but even though, sometimes it's even in our lives, it happens when we have some position, when we have some higher responsibility, definitely there's some pride that comes in our hearts, because now everybody listens to us, everybody respects us, everybody asks us for the advice, everybody says, Prabhu, you're doing great, or Mataji, you're wonderful. And then automatically the pride comes in the heart. And that is one thing that Krishna cannot tolerate in his devotees. So that's why, Indra has some pride. He could see that Indra is so proud now that everybody is like offering the worship to him. Everybody is doing sacrifices for him. So he would decided to teach the lesson. So that's the background for Indra. Okay, but still, now Indra is not happy, definitely, because of his false pride. So he gets so mad and he calls the Samvartaka clouds. Who are Samvartaka clouds? Samvartaka clouds are actually called upon during the devastation. When everything has to submerge, that's when they have to come. But he's so mad, he calls Samvartaka clouds and he says, go to Vrindavan and just demolish everything, just destroy everything. Nothing should be there, not even a trace that there is a village. You shouldn't even see the trace of Vrindavan. Just go destroy everything. And they need to realize what is my power and what I can do to these people. So just go. So Samvartaka takes his servants and then they come to Vrindavan. And so in Vrindavan, they're all circumambulating Govardhan, and all of a sudden, they circumambulated Govardhan, they are all back into Vrindavan village. And all of a sudden, dark clouds, thunders, lightning, so much, it's like they're like, what is happening? Why is sounding so inauspicious? And all of a sudden it started raining. The rain is not like our rain, tup, 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 and then some streams of rain. The rain was in pillars, they say. It's like in pillars, like this kind of, every stream of the rain is like a pillar like this. Can you imagine how much water is pouring on Vrindavan? And the cows are getting disturbed. They're feeling so cold, and they're trying to protect their calves, putting them under their, I don't know, what do you call it? The thing that goes here in the cows.
Dula.
Yeah, so they're trying to protect the calves, putting them under it, and then they are suffering. They are moving so hard. They're calling Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho, please save us, please save us. And then some gopis, when they're going and they're saying, did you see Krishna? You did not listen. Why were you so adamant? When Nanda Baba said we have to do Indra's sacrifice. See what happened now. You didn't listen. Now see, everything is coming like this. So now raining outside. Indra is coming. Indra came to Columbus. So and then some gopis said, no, whatever Krishna does, it's good for us. He never gives up on us. So don't worry. He will protect us. He knows how to protect us. So, but Krishna could see Indra's pride. And then what does Krishna do? He says, okay. And then Krishna runs from wherever he is and runs towards Govardhan. And then with the weakest finger of his hand, which is left pinky, he lifts Govardhan. He lifts Govardhan and he calls all the cowherd boys, all the animals, everybody in them to come under the Govardhan hill. So we might think, how everybody fits under Govardhan. It's whole village, not just village people, the calves, cows. Nanda Maharaj has 900,000 cows. It's beyond our imagination also. So how they'll fit everything, so the reason they say is when Krishna lifted Govardhan hill, when Govardhan got touched by Krishna's finger, Govardhan went into ecstasy and he expanded enough to fit everybody. He expanded himself enough to fit everybody. So everybody could fit under Govardhan. And then they're all happy. They're just Krishna. Everybody came in and they're all looking. So the thing is, during the normal days, before this pastime happened, what is the situation of a gopis? Krishna leaves to the forest in the morning with the Gopa boys, and then gopis used to feel so much separation from Krishna until night until he comes back. And then when he goes back in the night, Gopa boys used to feel separation. Oh, we cannot see Krishna until tomorrow morning. So now everybody is at one place. And every single Gopa, every single Gopi, they are thinking, Krishna is only looking at me. And they are just relishing Krishna's beauty. And then what happens? So it's going on. And then gopis are also there. Radharani and Sakhis, everybody is also there under it, right? And then one time Radharani, she just looks at Krishna with such nice, affectionate glance. And then with that glance, with that, affection and love that Radharani's glance through her eyes, Krishna starts trembling. He couldn't take it. He starts trembling. And then Madhumangal is like, Krishna, what are you doing? Just and then he calls all the cowherd boys, all the gopas, put your sticks. Krishna is trembling. After all, he's 7-year-old. He couldn't hold anymore. Put it. And then everybody starts coming and they started putting sticks, and Krishna says, oh, thank you very much. You're all so kind to me. Thank you so much. But who knows? Balaram knows and Radharani knows why Krishna is trembling. Not because of the hill, because of that affectionate glance of Srimati Radharani. And then and then this outside there is storm going on, thunder, lightning, and under the Govardhan hill also there's a storm going on. Outside is a storm of rain, and under Govardhan is a storm of love. So, and then Samvartaka clouds outside, they started, everything they could do. They started pouring more and more. But it is described that Govardhan was in such ecstasy by being touched by Krishna's little finger that not even a leaf, forget about anything, not even a speck of dust went off from Govardhan. Nothing moved of Govardhan. And they're throwing these thunderbolts and everything, nothing happened. And finally they went and told Indra, Baba, we cannot do anything, nothing is happening. And Indra says, you are all weak people. You don't know what to do. I can't imagine I have these kind of servants. I'm coming. I will come and destroy that village. And Indra comes on his Airavat. And then it's, just Indra is also trying so hard. He's trying so hard, so hard, so hard. But inside, what Krishna started doing, he picked up his flute. With his left hand, he held the Govardhan, and with his right hand, he picked up his flute. As soon as Krishna picked up his flute, Madhumangal and everybody, they started screaming, oh, no, don't play the flute, don't play the flute. And Krishna is like, why? What happened? He's like, Krishna, don't play the flute. We know your flute, don't play the flute. Once you start playing the flute, by the power of your flute sound, solids becomes liquids, liquids become solid. And if this Govardhan, right now he's in solid form, and if you started playing your flute, he may liquefy and then just drops everything, and then we are all dying under this Govardhan. Please, Krishna, don't play your flute. Stop playing this sweet flute. But anyway, Krishna starts playing, and then and then they're all just singing the glories of Krishna, just looking at the beauty of Krishna, singing the glories of Krishna. And Indra, finally, he could not do anything, and he could understand that he is his master. And he tried to destroy Krishna. He feels so bad. I could not see the time. Okay, 12:06. I could see it now. So he feels so bad. He feels, like terribly painful that he tried to hurt his own master. He tried to hurt, his worshipable Lord. He goes back to heaven. He doesn't even talk to his wife after going there. He just goes into his room and sits and just takes his time for some time, and he don't know what to do. And he goes to his spiritual master, Vrajbhakti. And he asks Vrajabhakti, this is what all happened. Do something. I don't know what to do. What should I do? And Vrajabhakti says, you are such a ignorant person. You are such a fool. What did you do? You committed such an offense. I cannot do anything. I'm so sorry. I cannot do anything. You go to Brahma. So he goes to Brahma. And Brahma says, oh my God, I thought I committed an offense. I thought I did, with the Brahma Vimochana Leela, I thought I did a big mistake. You did worse than me. What is this? How did you do all this? Why did you do all this? And then he says, okay, I cannot do anything. Only thing that you can do is take the mother of the cows, and then you go and then offer your worship, beg forgiveness from Krishna. So Indra takes Surabhi cow, and then he goes to Vrindavan. But see, Krishna is very merciful. Krishna is not like us in this world with such conditioning nature that you publicly apologize to me, you publicly say this to me, in front of 10 people you apologize to me, in front of 100 people you apologize to me. It is not like that. Krishna is very, very compassionate. He knows that Indra, could understand that, his mistake. So he don't want Indra to feel any more humiliated. So he goes to a secure place, secret place, and himself alone, Krishna himself alone goes to that secret place. And then he waits there for Indra. So Surabhi cow come first. Surabhi cows come, and the cow comes, and then Surabhi cow glorifies Krishna. And she offers obeisances. And then the cow says, you are the master of the cows. You are everything to us. So I am so grateful, Krishna, on behalf of all our cow family, I'm so grateful, and I offer my obeisances to you, and I'm eternally grateful to you for your love and affection. And then Krishna says, oh mother, very happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you. And then what did she do? She moves a little bit. Who is behind her? Indra. And then she asks Krishna, please, he did the mistake, and he realized it, that he did the mistake. Please forgive him, and then, accept him as your servant again. So Krishna forgives Indra, and then he accepts him. But then Indra says, We talk about Indra, we talk about heavenly planets so much, but when he offered obeisances, his mukut, his big crown, but we think that crown is touching Krishna's lotus feet, and he begs his forgiveness. And then Krishna and Surabhi cow, they request Krishna to allow them to do the Abhishek to Krishna in the honor of this great lifting of Govardhan hill. So Krishna accepts it, and then they bring all the water from the heavenly planets, and Airavata brings, and all the demigods also participates. They bring all the flowers and water, everything, and they started. They do the Abhishek for Krishna. So at the foothills of Govardhan, till today we have that Kund called Govinda Kund, because after the Abhishek, Indra gives the name to Krishna as Govinda. He is the protector of the cows, right? So he gives the name Govinda. So that Kund is still today, it is existing near the foothills of Vrindavan. It's called Govinda Kund. So they did elaborate Abhishek to Krishna. So, and then after doing the Abhishek, they offered their obeisances, they took leave from Krishna and they left. And then meanwhile, cowherd boys were thinking, where is Krishna? Where did he go? And then they see Krishna here with all these big paraphernalia. Their ghee lamps are not like this, right? Their ghee lamps are huge, and the chamaras are huge. And they see, whoa, what is happening? And then some cowherd boys, they say, we know what happened. We saw so many devatas. They came and did this to Krishna. And there is this one person, he has all over his body, he has eyes only. And then he offered his obeisances and he glorifying Krishna. They are singing the glories of Krishna. And then they started picking up all those articles, the cowherd boys. They started one started picking up ghee lamp, another picking up chamara fan. They started doing it. They're laughing and they're doing everything to Krishna. Oh, Krishna, you need arati. Okay, you need chamara, like this. And then it's such pure, spontaneous love for Krishna. So when demigods saw the Gopa boys, the way they're worshipping, they felt ashamed. They thought our love is insignificant before this pure love of these Gopa boys. So and then they offered obeisances, and then all Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maya, they all came. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And they inquired, and they said, yeah, this. And the Gopa boys, told him what happened. This is what happened. And then the demigods, they told Nanda Maharaj, kind of a voice over kind of. So they told Nanda Maharaj, we did all the Abhishek to Krishna. Now you coronate him as the king of Vraja. So, and then anyway, so then Indra left, and then all the cowherd boys and everybody goes back. So the lesson that we can learn from this pastime is basically Krishna does not like pride in us. No matter what position we are in, no matter how good we are. See, Krishna is very merciful. As long as we surrender unto him, he just accepts us, no matter how contaminated we are. If we take Chaitanya Leela, Jagai and Madai, what is the sin that they did not do? They did every single sin that we can think. They burnt the houses, they hurt people, they did every single thing that we can imagine. But still, when Nityananda Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur goes to them and asks them to chant the holy names of Krishna, they just hit Nityananda Prabhu. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets angry and then he comes with Sudarshan Chakra. But then Nityananda Prabhu, he asks Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to forgive them. And then once they have been forgiven, what happened? They became such dear associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They became so dear associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that they are part of their daily Sankirtan, part of their daily events that they do with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Krishna is all compassionate, Krishna is all merciful. Only thing is we just need to learn, we just need to cultivate that surrender unto his lotus feet without any pride. Who are we compared to all these, Indra, Chandra, Brahma? Compared to all these people, who are we? We may think, oh, I may think I don't have any pride. I may think I am very good. But definitely when the situation comes in life, the incidents comes in life, that's when the provoking situations comes in life, that's when it shows how great we are, how tolerable we are, how forgiving we are. So Krishna is trying to teach us time to time through different pastimes, through even if you take Bhishma Dev, he's such a warrior. He has a boon that nobody could kill him unless until he wanted to die himself. Only when he decides to leave the body, then only he can leave. Nobody can do anything to him. And he is the strongest warrior. Nobody can defeat him. But then what happened? Krishna chose him to teach the world. No matter how strong you are, how great you are, if you take the adharma side, you have to face it. So same thing with us. We may do so many, I may speak so many, I can give wonderful classes, I can speak eloquently on everything, and I can chant all the 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam and 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita, everything I can say. But if I have that pride in my heart that I'm so good, I'm so great, it is not just about devotional service, it's about anything else. Some people are so proud about their wealth. Some people are so proud about their beauty, their name, their fame, their, anything, wealth. I have so much money, I can do anything, I can buy anything with money, I can do anything with money. No, we cannot. But when we have that pride, we are bereft of Krishna's mercy. If we want Krishna's mercy, we just have to cultivate and practice not to be so proud and to be humble as a blade of grass. The whole, all the time in ISKCON, many sannyasis, many gurus, they give classes. The essence of everything they say is Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Sahishna, Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. We should be tolerant like a tree, everything tolerant. Blade of grass. We step on the grass, we mow the grass. It's not going to fight back. It tolerates everything. So we have to be tolerant enough. We have to cultivate that qualities of tolerance, humility. And we may say we cannot sit and meditate and say, oh, give me tolerance, oh, give me patience. It's not going to happen. Everything in life, Krishna is going to teach us only through the situations in life. When those situations comes in life, all Krishna looks at us is, in this particular situation, this particular child of mine, is she or he is turning back and looking at me and taking shelter, or she's going to fight for their situation. So when we turn back towards Krishna and take shelter, Krishna may send us to fight. At the same time, we should not think, oh, Krishna is using me as an instrument, so I am fighting. No, we are not there for Krishna to use as an instrument. We are still, if Krishna started using as an instrument, we'll leave Krishna conscious only, many of us, because we don't have that purity that Krishna comes and takes us as his instruments. But Krishna is trying to teach us. So when the situation comes, I have to think what Krishna is trying to teach me through this situation, what Krishna wants me to learn through this situation. So I can cultivate that quality and I can adopt that quality and apply in my life in Krishna consciousness. So I can go at least one more step closer to Krishna's lotus feet. And I took many births, many lifetimes, and I wasted many lifetimes. I wasted many births running behind all these things that is, very attractive in this material world. But once we decide, at least this one lifetime, I really wanted to try my best, giving my 100% to surrender to Krishna. Krishna is more eager to accept us than we are eager to surrender unto him. So the whole Damodar Leela, we are meditating on this whole month. Same thing. Krishna felt compassionate on Mother Yashoda. Oh, she's trying so much. She's putting in so much endeavor to tie me. So let me surrender unto her love. So Krishna surrendered unto her love. Krishna is ready to become a servant. He became chariot driver for Arjuna. He became sari for Draupadi. He is ready to serve. But we are the one. We are not ready to serve. We always want to be the masters. But the day we think, Krishna, I am yours. The day we say, Krishna, I am yours. No matter this wealth, these relations, these, name, fame, everything. Nothing is going to come with me except the mercy that you give me, except the service that I'm going to do for you. That is the only thing that is going to help me to go on to the next life. And sometimes devotees, we do mistakes. I'm not saying I am perfect. I'm not saying, everybody does mistakes. There is, we born with 4 defects. So we do mistakes, we commit mistakes because we are imperfect senses. But the thing is, when we realize what we did is wrong, and when we realize what we did, it is not right, just try to correct yourselves. And if it is something that we hurt others through that mistake, there is nothing wrong. We go and apologize, and then just beg forgiveness, and then keep going on. Krishna sees that, how much we are trying to surrender unto him. Krishna is not going to look at us how much warrior kshatrani, how is like Vrajabhakti, how much kshatrani qualities she has. He's not going to care about my kshatrani qualities. He's going to care about how humble I am, how much I'm ready to surrender, how much I'm ready to adopt that humility in that provoking situation comes, and surrender unto Krishna's lotus feet. When we could do that, and that minute, Krishna accepts us. Once Krishna accepts us, and it's him. Whether he wants to beat us up, whether he wants to do anything, it's him. And we need to have that strong faith also, that whatever Krishna does in my life is going to be good for me. Because if that faith is not there, even though when the provoking situation comes, you go and say, Krishna, I am yours, and then this is good, that is good. And then when something else comes, we say, I just went through one bad situation in my life. You're giving me one more, I'm not ready. We may say like that. But if we have the true surrender from our hearts, whatever Krishna gives, see, we wear all these earrings, many people, especially Indian culture, they wear all these earrings, bangles. How these bangles and earrings are coming? When they get gold, it's like a ball, or I don't know, maybe shapeless, some kind of metal. How they're getting into the shape? They put it in the fire first. And when it is really hot, they bring it back and they beat it on it to make it flatten, to get some shape. Again, when it gets cold, they cannot turn the shape. Again, they put it in the heat. Again, they bring it back. So by doing like that, doing, finally, it comes beautifully like this. Beautiful ornaments. And then it looks beautiful. And then I was telling my children last week, we were having some discussion. It's on the same lines. And I was telling them, in life, when situation comes in life, don't worry that the results are not coming immediately. Sometimes we work so hard, but we don't see the result. Sometimes we do so much preaching and things, but there is nobody, coming into Krishna consciousness. Nobody cultivating Krishna consciousness. And I was telling them, because they watched me doing ice cream this whole summer. When you try to whip the whipping cream, you whip it, you just whip it for 10 minutes, you still see the liquid only. It seems like there is nothing happening. I'm whipping. And finally, after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, when it starts forming a solid, solid state, and it takes only 5 minutes to become like nice and creamy, the whipping cream. So I was telling them, in life, many hard situations comes. We may work hard sometimes, and we may not see the result, but keep working hard and just keep taking situations as blessings of Krishna in life. And then by going through this, one day, like the way whipping cream turned into nice, fluffy whipping cream, everything will go away. And then we can see Krishna's presence in our life, Krishna's hand in our life. And I told them, we need to cultivate that. We need to have that faith that one day this whipping cream, if I don't have faith, after 10 minutes, forget it, this whipping cream is not going to do anything, we will not have ice cream. So same thing with us. When the hardships comes in life, and the pride comes in life, when things comes in life, if we don't take shelter of Krishna, having that faith that Krishna is going to help me to heal this, Krishna is going to help me to go through this. Only thing that we need to pray is, when the situation comes, my Guru Maharaj told me probably 15 years back this thing, and I could never forget this. I always meditate on this. He says, when a difficult time, when a difficult situation comes in life, if we go and pray to Krishna, please get me out of this difficult situation. Because he said, we have so much of karma we did in many lifetimes. He may pick you out of that situation, but still you didn't go through that karma, right? You're still holding on to it. And he'll pick you up and he'll throw you in a bigger problem, because this one and that one together now is a big, right? One, you're a smaller problem. Krishna is throwing you at marbles. You're like, Krishna, don't throw me marbles. What is this? I'm your devotee. I'm surrendering unto you this. And Krishna pick you up and throw a big stone on you. And it's not out of anger or anything, but we have to clean ourselves. Krishna is trying to teach us cleaning. At home, kids, when they do something, we're not going to say, I will do everything, you just relax. No, we let them do. No, you learn cleaning, you learn how to do it. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. So Krishna is trying to teach us many things through his pure devotees, through our own gurus, through our own spiritual masters, through scriptures. So all we have to do is accept them from the heart and just try to cultivate those feelings and the qualities in the association of devotees. Then Krishna automatically will be pleased, and we have to have that strong faith that one day everything is going to manifest. Everything, the result will come at one day. I may not see it now, but Krishna knows my past, my present, and my future, and he is going to reveal that to me one day. So if we could have that faith, Krishna will really accept us as his servants and help us. And so on this auspicious occasion of Govardhan Puja Day, so we all can offer our prayers to Govardhan. Govardhan is called Haridas Vari. He served Krishna like nobody can serve. He has everything. Govardhan has trees, flowers, fruits, jewels, caves, waterfalls. Whatever Krishna could have fun with, everything Govardhan provided. Right? The caves of Govardhan, in summer, they feel like, the scripture says, they feel like air conditioned. There is no air conditioning machine there, but the caves feel so cool and nice. So Krishna can relax after being hot, out in the hot sun, the grazing cows. And when it is winter, a little cold, when he goes in the caves, it feels warm and nice, like the way we put heaters. So he served Krishna in every possible way he could. So on this auspicious day, we can pray at the lotus feet of Govardhan. We can pray to Govardhan to help us to develop some qualities of serving Krishna and help us to serve Krishna. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna. If I speak anything wrong, if I speak anything that is not correct, please forgive me and then please correct me. And then thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Vrajabhakti Mataji, for the wonderful class. It felt like we were in the live Govardhan Leela, because it was, the thunderstorm was outside and it was connecting with your words. So devotees, if any one of you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to unmute yourself and you can ask Vrajabhakti Mataji right now.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. It's very nice class. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a very wonderful class. I felt like I was there. You took us to Govardhan and to that Govardhan pastime. So I have one question. So you talked about how this pastime teaches us about pride. And I've noticed that pride is very sneaky, that I may think that I am being humble, but then there's one aspect, this aspect or that aspect, and it's somehow it comes in some crooked way. So how can we know that pride is coming to us?
Mataji, my understanding is we have to watch ourselves when we're doing some activities. Sometimes in life, one time Guru Maharaj said, like it's a clay pot. If you take a clay pot, you don't need to make a big hole for the water to come out. Even if there is a little crack, the water starts dripping, and then eventually all the water can empty out. So our consciousness is like that. He said our consciousness is like that. If we are deviating from our path, our Krishna consciousness, our way of developing qualities. It's a matter of seconds that can come in. It will come. But the thing is, when it comes, when the situation comes, we may get the feedback from our peers, we may get the feedback from our seniors, or sometimes juniors. They may come say, if I did something in the temple, some service, Alec Prabhu can come and say, I don't like this, it's very bad. Chandrabhanu Prabhu can come and say it's not good, and Mother Malati Prabhu can come and say it's bad. So in somehow or the other, Krishna will send somebody. Krishna will create some situation where he wanted to learn that whatever I'm doing is not right. So, and at the same time, when we're doing so much, like say if I don't do any services, as you guys see. So say I've dressed the deities nicely, and somebody comes and says, oh, you dressed so nicely, wonderful, so beautiful, and then immediately first thing that comes is pride only. Yes, I did it. Right? Yes, I did so beautifully. And the next week you go for dressing, Natabar is ready for you. I'm telling you with experience. You just take the credit and say, yes, Prabhu, thank you so much. Yeah, I really worked hard to dress, I'm very nice. Go next week for dressing, Natabar is ready. He's like, now you dress me. You put anything, the jewelry, the pin, the turban piece, everything drops, Mataji. Everything drops. I will tell you one very funny example that happened in my life. So same thing happens. Like initially when we were dressing, we wanted to take credit. We want somebody to come and say, Vrajabhakti, you did an awesome job, right? Especially when we're doing the seva in the beginning of Krishna consciousness, we want appreciation. But the problem is we don't want to give that appreciation back to our spiritual master, thinking that by his mercy, I could serve Krishna today. That maturity was not there. So whenever somebody comes and says something, yes, because I only could do that, right? So I did. I really felt, I'm honestly, openly admitting it. When somebody said, oh, today who dressed around the Natabar so beautiful? I said, yes, I did, And then, some devotees, they can see the theme, they look at the deities and they can guess who dressed the deities. By experience, they can say, today, Vrajbhakti dressed, today Tapaswini dressed. They can say like that. So like that, one day they said, okay, I'm like, yes, very nice. Oh, I'm like, yeah, finally I could dress Radha Natabar wonderful, nicely. Next week I go. Instead of 1.5 hours, it took me first of all 2 hours 15 minutes to dress. Nothing stays, everything falls, everything went wrong. And finally, I'm like, one necklace I really wanted to offer to Radharani. And she's not accepting only. However, I put either it overlaps on the other necklace or, either it is, going onto her, choking her neck. But somehow I'm like, no, I really wanted to accept this because you look beautiful in this and everybody can look at you and they say I dressed so beautifully. I'm telling you honestly. So I put the necklace. And finally she accepted it. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you. I just say thank you for accepting it. And then Guru Puja is over. Curtains has to open. And that, so I open the curtains. Govinda Madhupurusham starts. The necklace flies, breaking into pieces. Wow. All the beads, every single bead just popping onto the altar like this because it's broke. All the beads, it's all over the altar, all over the floor inside the altar. I am like, oh Krishna, I could not do anything because the curtain is open. I am having incense in my hand. I just could not do anything. And then I felt so humiliated being inside the altar because everybody knows I dressed Radha Natabar and I have this necklace. So those lessons are needed in life sometimes, Wow. And so, and after everything is over, I cleaned up and I begged forgiveness from Radha and I begged forgiveness from my spiritual master for taking credit for last week's service. So then I'm still trying to adopt that mood and that attitude that whenever somebody says something, I immediately say, all glories to Guru and Srila Prabhupada. So that I pray to seriously Radha Natabar that don't let me touch that, and I'm not able to handle it. I cannot handle this. So And another example, I will tell you how they reciprocate time to time when we do something wrong. If you are ready to learn, if we are ready to learn, and if we are ready to accept it, that his lessons. So one Janmashtami decoration, you remember Amrita Mataji, I don't know how many of you know, Vokreshwar Pandit Prabhu's daughter. She used to decorate for Janmashtami. So her, me, and two other devotees were on the altar, and we are doing it. So she's made some flowers with cloth, and so she's trying to glue them on the wall, and some of them are not gluing. So that is okay. She's tried somehow, but there are some things that she wanted to nail it to the wall. That time we used to have a small Narshinga deity, you know. So when she tried to nail it, the nail fell, not the hammer. The nail fell, and then just touched Narshingadev like this, and then it fell onto the ground. And we all offered obeisance. We said, sorry, you know, but Amrita being up on the ladder, she didn't realize. So she did whatever she was doing. After 5 minutes, she tried to get down off the ladder, and she took the last step, and the hammer from the top fell on her head. From the top of the ladder, the hammer immediately fell on her head. But we were all laughing. I'm like, Amrita, you throw nail on Narshingadev's head, so Narshingadev just gave you hammer. I told her, I'm so glad he didn't throw a bulldozer on you, you know, just you're alive. But it's not like Krishna does out of anything, but he wants us to realize, he wants to learn that's a mistake, you know, because nobody else is there. It happened between her and Amrit, between her and Narshingadev, but we are witnessing there, so we know what happened. But nobody else knows. So at the same like that, so whatever happening in our heart, only we know, Mataji. Nobody else could know. If the pride is coming, Krishna will definitely let us know. You're being proud, or you know, I am being proud, or I'm being this. So Krishna, somehow or the other, he will let us know that. Only thing is we just need to accept it when he let us know, instead of defending with Krishna also. No, Krishna, I am not proud, she is proud, or he is proud, that's why he's behaving, she's behaving. But accept it and beg Krishna for the lesson that we need to learn. And then Krishna will let us learn the lesson, and then let us be humble. That's my opinion, Mataji. You are a Shastric advisor. I am not in a position to teach you, tell you our thing, but that's my.
Thank you. A wonderful answer. I'm very glad I asked. And thank you for the wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Devotees, anyone else would like to add any comments or ask any questions? Now is the time.
So what time Prashadam distribution started, bro?
Prashadam distribution today is starting at 1 p.m. and yes, so it will be ready to pick up at 1 p.m. today at the temple.
Also, the sweets will be distributed from Govardhan. Govardhan sweets.
Yes.
It will be later.
Yeah, at the same time it will be distributed. So right now at the temple, you know, the Artik and other ceremonies are going on, I believe. And yes, so at 1 p.m. it will all be distributed. 1 p.m. until it all lasts.
For those who are RSVP.
Yes. Okay, so if there are no other questions, Naveen Krishna Prabhu, you want to add something to today's?
No, that's what I wanted to. I wanted to explain so that devotees can plan what time they can go.
Yes.
You already understand.
Right. Yeah, we have about 20 minutes left. So yeah, hopefully, you know, everyone will be able to go to the temple and take their box filled with prasadam today. So I have few announcements for today. So first of all, just want to share with everyone that we have our Diwali and Annakut 2020 fundraiser. It's still going on, and tomorrow is the last day. So on this auspicious day of Govardhan Puja, please, you know, feel free to donate anything that you can to have our temple built as soon as possible. And you can donate by going to our website www.isconcolumbus.com, or go to our Facebook page ISKCON Columbus, and we have a fundraiser there. So please try to share also this information with your friends, so they can get the advantage of contributing in this wonderful campaign.
And the donations are being matched, right?
Yes, thank you. So the donations, any donation we receive, it started on 6th of November, and it's going to go until tomorrow, November 16th. So any donation we receive will be matched. So every Lakshmi that you donate will be doubled. So you will get the double credit. So thank you, Mother Rukmini, for reminding that. So yes, again, just encouraging everyone to share this information with your friends and families, relatives across the world. It is not limited to United States. It should be also be spread to India or wherever you have your friends and families. And since Naveen Krishna Prabhu rightly pointed out, today's Prashadam distribution is starting at 1 p.m. at the temple. So please head to the temple right after the program if you are in Columbus, and if you have RSVP'd. If you have not RSVP'd, then you can cross your fingers and pray to Radha Nadwar. So if there is any extra prashadam that you can take today. And we also had a lot of volunteers who helped yesterday and today morning in order to get the feast ready, and the offerings that's supposed to go to the Govardhan Hill as well as Shri Radha Nadwar. So we want to thank everyone who came out to temple and helped Nitai Chand Prabhu and other devotees in getting these offerings prepared. And the last announcement is that Srila Prabhupada's disappearance day is coming up this Wednesday, which is November 18th. So please RSVP to Ram Tirtha Prabhu or Sadhguru Chaitanya Prabhu, or you can send us an email at isconcolumbus@gmail.com if you would like to RSVP for the prashadam. The prashadam for that day will be starting at 7 p.m. So if you would like to RSVP, again, please contact Ram Tirtha Prabhu or Sadhguru Chaitanya Prabhu, or you can email at isconcolumbus@gmail.com.
So one question, is there a program on that day, Prabhu, like a Zoom program in the evening or no?
I am hoping, yes, there will be a program, there will be some class, but the more information will be sent out through our newsletter communications. Yeah, and if you would like to receive our newsletters, and if you're not receiving already, please again reach out to Ram Tirtha Prabhu or Prema Sindhu Prabhu, and we can get you added to our newsletter group. Did I miss anything? Anyone else would like to add something to the announcements before we end the call?
Thank you.
Vrajabhakti Mataji is hear me? Mataji's wonderful class. So thank you. Just keep reminding of this Govardhan is so much for like my personal life. I have to be very careful. Thank you, Mata.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, I like Prabhu, Ramesh here.
Hare Krishna, Ramesh Prabhu.
Prabhu, this for Wednesday, we were requesting if the devotees want to give some for Srila Prabhupada, right? He has that, Hari had sent out that email, right, regarding offerings.
Do you want to announce that?
Yeah, that's like, I just, probably everybody got that email, right? So if somebody wants to give a written offering to Srila Prabhupada, please send that over. And then I think, yes, there will be a Zoom call, and I think there will be also a special guest who will be speaking. So those announcements will come, right, Prabhu? So.
Yes, I don't see the email yet. So maybe Hari has not sent it yet. So hopefully he will send it soon, and it will include all this information. If you want to have any offerings for Srila Prabhupada, please keep an eye on your inbox, in your email. So okay, that's all I have. So big Hari Bol to Vrajabhakti Mataji for wonderful class today. You can all mute yourself and say big Hari Bol to Vrajabhakti Mataji.
Haribol.
Haribo.
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 Haribol.
Thank you so much for all your encouragement and patiently listening to a crow like me. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Okay, devotees, we'll end the call here. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna. Happy Govardhan Puja, everyone.